I've got your energy stories for the first week of May 2023. And in the first one, Xcel Energy received approval from Minnesota's Public Utilities Commission to offer microgrids and other resiliency projects to large customers requiring high degrees of reliability. Xcel will install, own, operate, and maintain a constellation of on-site assets that may include batteries, renewable energy arrays, and backup generators. The utility will focus on customers such as water treatment facilities, community centers, hospitals, continuous manufacturing facilities, and schools. Well, Connecticut regulators were also in the news last week, adopting a new performance-based regulation framework for electric distribution utilities. The decision was partly a result of the widespread and lengthy outages affecting over 1 million customers in the aftermath of the 2020 tropical storm Isaias. Performance-based regulation transitions regulatory approaches away from cost of service that looks at capital expenditures and utilities' revenue requirements and offers rates of return, and instead focuses on promoting desired outcomes such as lower rates, higher customer satisfaction ratings, and reduced greenhouse gas emissions. Connecticut's only the second state in the country to adopt this approach, following Hawaii, whose regulators assisted Connecticut in developing its framework. Next year, we'll see the new structure affecting rate cases and other relevant proceedings. The U.S. Department of Commerce has extended the original May 1st deadline for a final ruling in the solar anti-circumvention tariff investigation to August 17th. At issue is whether Chinese solar manufacturers have been flowing product through Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia, and Vietnam, at one time responsible for up to 80% of all module imports, as a conduit to evade American tariffs. The International Energy Agency reported that 2022 electric vehicle sales notched a new record, punching past the 10 million mark and up 55% over a COVID-plagued 2021. China was responsible for 60% of those sales, and a total of over 26 million EVs are now out in the wild. Boston Public Schools will have some EVs in this year's 2023 sales numbers, as it just put its first 20 Bluebird Vision electric school buses into service. That's part of an ambitious goal to electrify an entire 750 bus fleet. The school buses can carry a maximum of 71 students for up to 120 miles on a single charge and take about 4 hours to recharge on level 3 30 kilowatt fast chargers installed at the central bus depot. That's a pretty good effort, but Deutsche Post DHL Group has Boston beat by a mile, with over 30,000 electric vehicles procured last year. It has also secured and committed to using 830 million liters of sustainable aviation fuel through 2026 and ordered 12 electric cargo planes. Finally, over half of their facilities are now carbon neutral, with 76 new buildings having been designed and built with carbon neutrality in mind. South Korea companies Hyundai and SK On are partnering to build a $5 billion EV battery plant in Georgia. The 35 gigawatt-hour facility should start producing battery cells by the second half of 2025, supporting the production of up to 300,000 EVs. And GM and South Korea's Samsung SDI will also join to invest over $5 billion in a new EV battery cell plant in the U.S., though they have not yet disclosed the location or the exact size. That facility should begin operations by 2026. And also in batteries, the VW Group plans on a monster battery facility in Ontario that could eventually scale up to produce 90 gigawatt hours of batteries annually by 2030. Not all announcements lead to steel on the ground, as there's many a slip twixt cup and lip, but nonetheless, these announcements so quickly on the heels of one another are truly astonishing. Well, that's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll hope to see you next week.